ready for this? Today, we're going to be talking about how to sell your tech services for $150 per hour and upward. Okay, so I'm Lillian Pearson, and I am a business coach for tech entrepreneurs and aspiring tech entrepreneurs. Part of what I do is just help tech entrepreneurs scale their business and build more profitable, scalable business for themselves. And part of that is, of course, increasing revenues, right? So if you are in America and you are working in the tech sector and have your own business, maybe you're freelancing, you definitely should not be working for less than $150 an hour. And so I am going to give you some strategies for how you can actually step up your game and start charging what you're worth, okay? In terms of how do you determine your hourly rate, first of all, let me tell you that I don't want you to charge hourly rates anymore. So we're looking at determining your hourly rate for purposes of putting together a package price. And on this basis, what I recommend is that you would start with your 2 times, if you're just brand new working as a freelancer or something like that, what you need to do is you need to 2 times what you would be making for equivalent position as an employee. Okay, so if you work for $75 an hour as an employee, then you need to be charging $150 an hour as a freelancer or as an entrepreneur. That is because you don't just get to have a job. Like when you have a job, you have insurance, you get all of these benefits. You don't have to market yourself. You get paid time off. And as a business owner, you are responsible for your health insurance, your retirement, your time off, and your marketing costs, which can be hefty. So you have to charge more as a freelancer or working as a freelance basis than you would as an employee. Now, if you are in the United States and you have a STEM degree, and you've been working in tech for a few years, then I'm going to tell you that, that base rate should be $150 per hour minimum. If you are in a developing country and you were educated there, it's a little different just because of the economics around the world. But I would say that if you're a badass and you know how to market yourself properly, it doesn't really matter so much. For example, my husband is Russian and he came from Russia. He doesn't have a green card or anything like that. We live in Thailand. He works for a US company and he's got a 6-figure job where he gets to work from Thailand. And he's from Russia, where the economy is different. Also, I've got a social media VA who I pay, she is earning something like, it's at least 3 times or 4 times what the national average there is, where she is in the Philippines, but that's because she's a badass. She's conversational. She knows what she's doing. And so I just, she's able to charge more than people in her local economy. And she also knows how to market herself, and she's got a brand. So she's got other people to work for if I don't want to pay her price, right? So this is how you can kind of push that forward if you are from a developing economy. But once you've determined how much you should be, that your hours are really worth in terms of like if you are trying to equate them to employment positions. Now let's talk about how to start charging that. First thing you need to do 100% is stop charging by the hour. Because basically all that does is give your people that you're working for leverage to penalize you for being a badass, right? So we are not employees anymore. We are not paid to sit around and none of that. So if you're a badass, you should not be penalized for that. You need to be creating packages and selling those based on the value of the work. So high-end clients literally do not care about what your hourly rate is. They care about the value that you deliver for their business. So what I would like you to do is just figure out, try and prepare an estimate for how much value that work you do is actually generating for your client. Okay, and put that number in the back of your head. Then go ahead and you've packaged your service up. You've made a proposal with a package of offerings. It's not your hours, it's your service, it's your deliverable. Maybe it's a service, maybe it's just a deliverable, but you price your package according to the value that you're generating for your clients, not the amount of time that you're spending on it. Now, there is an option where if you're brand new in business and you just don't feel comfortable doing that, you can, I still recommend that you sell based on packages and not hours. But what you can do is if you know, like, okay, this is going to take me 6 hours and I want $150 an hour, then you say, yes, I can get that done for you. You know, for what is that? It's $900. So that's a way of doing it. So that's how I would get paid. Like I did a project where I got paid like $300, $400 for per hour for market research. And it was for a really big company, and they were absolutely freaking thrilled about it because they wanted some predictive insights, and they said I could use an application to generate them, and I knew it would take me 5 or 6 hours to do that. So I said, okay, yes, I will find these predictive insights for you using an application, and this is how much I will charge you. And they were like so thrilled because they thought it was going to be so much more. But for me, I still made $300, $400 an hour, right? So this is what you got to do is you got to say, I'm not going to sell my time. I am selling a package. I'm selling a deliverable based on the value that it's worth to you. So that is the preferable way of doing it. And then the last step here is just to create a really, outstanding brand around the services you deliver or around your offer. So if you are the go-to thought leader in your industry or in your niche, then it is easy to stand out from the crowd and not have to worry. You're not competing based on price. Okay, so that is the last step to this process, is just to keep making sure that you're contributing to your community, you're upstanding leader in your community, and that your brand establishes you as a leader, because then that kind of sets you apart from the competition and diminishes the need to compete based on price. So this is what I recommend for getting to $150 an hour. And if you are interested in more trainings like this, we have a community for tech entrepreneurs. We show up and support one another on a daily basis. We have free trainings and feedback, and there's a toolkit. It's called the Tech Entrepreneur Collective, and it's a group on Facebook. If you're joining from LinkedIn, from Twitter, or from Instagram, I'll put a link over in the comments of this call. And if you have any questions for future Go Lives, just leave them for me in comments or leave them for me in DMs, because I'm going live every single day at 10 a.m. Eastern time. And you're definitely going to want to show up tomorrow, because I am going to tell you exactly what you need to do in order to build a tech business in 90 days or less. All right, so see you then.